family, welcome back to this Dumpster Diver's kitchen. I'm uploading a vlog for you and you're gonna see that it looks like I'm in the same clothes for 2 days, but I'm not. I am finishing uploading a vlog for you guys right now. It's gonna take a while. It is Wednesday. I just finished recording my haul for my last dumpster dive, which is very tiny. If you did not see it, go back and check it out. It's not much. Don't get too excited. But I have been very hungry for Texas Roadhouse rolls. If you've ever eaten, I don't know if those are all over the U.S., but they are definitely in the eastern part of the United States, I know. And it is a chain restaurant, so I would think it might be all over. But it is a steakhouse, and they have the best rolls, and then they serve it with a cinnamon honey butter. Oh my God. Let's just say that. So I want to make them, and I found a copycat recipe from, I'm old school. I wrote it down because my printer is out of ink. joecooks.com. I will try and link her recipe in the description box. If I cannot, because I always have problems linking videos for some reason, or websites, I mean, it will be in the very first comment underneath the video, and I will link this recipe for you. I'm not going to write it all out because it's a lot. It's just a copycat recipe of Texas Roadhouse dinner rolls, and it also tells you how to make the cinnamon honey butter. It seems pretty straightforward, so let's get started. All you need is yeast, warm water, sugar, scalded milk, which you're gonna scald, which means make it hot, then let it cool down to lukewarm. 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, a half a cup of sugar, 7 to 8 cups of all-purpose flour. You can use bread flour if you'd like, or wheat, whatever. I'm using all-purpose. I'm sure it would work with wheat, but wheat usually takes more liquid. So if you use wheat, you may need more liquid for that. 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 2 tablespoons of butter for brushing over the rolls. And then for your cinnamon honey butter, 1 stick of unsalted softened butter, a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, 1/4 cup of honey, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I did read the reviews on this, and a lot of people all said the same thing. That for the cinnamon honey butter, it was way too sweet, and they would use less powdered sugar and less honey. So I'm going to do that. Let's get started. So first, we need to prep our yeast. We need the warm water and sugar and yeast to sit for 10 to 15 minutes to bloom. Oh, Jesus, there goes the yeast. We are going to get one of my new mixing bowls. How about that bad boy? So we need 4 teaspoons of yeast, half a cup of warm water, and 1 teaspoon of sugar to get the yeast to bloom. So let me show you what I'm doing. All right, half a cup of warm water, 4 teaspoons of yeast, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. And we're going to give this a good old stir. We're going to let this sit for 10 to 15 minutes to get it to bloom. And then we will come back and start the next step. So our yeast has proofed, or whatever you want to call it, bloomed. I'm actually going to be making this in my bread maker. Not the whole way, just mixing it because I don't have a KitchenAid stand mixer.
I did a backflip.
Kylie did a backflip. Lovely. Thank God she didn't break anything. So because I don't have a stand mixer, it actually says on this recipe, can I use a bread maker to mix it out? Absolutely, it says. So if you don't have a stand mixer like me, then use your bread maker if you have one. I got mine for $12.99 at my local Salvation Army, and I love it. It says to just add the flour 2 to 3 cups at a time. It says you're going to need anywhere from 6 to 8 cups. Depends on your elevation, depends on your flour, all those things, like the humidity in the air, all that stuff. So hopefully it doesn't need 7 cups because there ain't no way 7 cups is fitting in here. There will be a mess in my kitchen and you will see it because it'll be on video. We are going to move on over to the bread maker and start dumping everything into this pan. You guys don't mind being on my garbage can, do ya? In our bread maker, you are going to add, I took 2 cups of milk and microwaved it for 2 minutes. Ooh, that's still really hot. It says to be warm, not hot, and this is still very hot. So my microwave's crazy good. So I'm gonna put this in my freezer just to get it to go down to lukewarm for a minute. Hopefully I don't spill it everywhere in my freezer. That would suck. Okay, we're good. All right, so while that's cooling, we are going to add 3 tablespoons of unsalted, melted but cold butter. First time making these, guys, so if they don't turn out, try not to laugh too hard at me. We need our yeast mixture, which we're going to dump on in. And I'm going to get all that foam and scrape it on in. A 1/2 cup of sugar, 2 eggs, can't throw them in the garbage because you guys are on the garbage can. Salt, we need 2 teaspoons of salt. And it says this makes anywhere between 30 and 35 rolls. Then we're going to add in our 2 cups of lukewarm milk once it gets back to lukewarm, because right now it's still burning hot. So I'll bring you back as soon as that cools off. We're back and my milk is lukewarm now. So we're going to pour 2 cups of milk in. Dumpster milk, by the way. And then you're going to start with 2 to 3 cups of flour. So there's 1, there's 2. We're going to put 3 in to start. And why do I always wear black when I'm baking and then I get flour all over me? I don't know, but I do. All right, 3, we're gonna set this on our dough cycle and let it do the mixing for us. That way I don't have to worry about it. And then we're gonna let this mix, and it's gonna be sticky, so you're gonna have to keep adding flour. I added 3 cups. I may need anywhere from 4 to 5 more cups. It all depends. So keep adding the flour until you see it pulling away from the sides and making a complete round ball that's not sticking to the sides of your bread maker pan. So I'll bring you back and let you know how much flour I had to add. We are at 3 cups. I'm gonna add another one because it's really, really, really runny. So we're just gonna keep adding 1 cup at a time. So that's 4 cups. See how that bad boy does. It's gonna add another cup. This will make it 5. I've literally been mixing this for 25 minutes and we're not getting anywhere. I kept adding flour and now my bread machine can't turn it. So we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way, good old hands. So I'm gonna clear a spot, flour a surface, and we are gonna get this into a ball by my good old muscles. So, oh, I really need a stand mixer in my life. We're going to get our 8 million pounds of dough out if we can. Okay, not too bad. It's definitely still really sticky dough. Pretty much doing the job of mixing. It was so much dough that it couldn't. Like after I added about the 6th cup of flour, it was like, yeah, I've had enough. I can't handle that much. But it did mix it pretty good for the most part. And I needed a little bit of a workout anyway. Oh, I'm gonna get stuff all over. So once you do this in your stand mixer and you get a nice ball, you can grease a bowl with some olive oil and let it rise. I always put mine in the microwave, and I always use a damp towel. Some people just use a regular old dry kitchen towel. I always dampen mine first because I think it helps, and I always put it in the microwave. I feel like it helps it to rise a lot faster. I think we got it to where it is not sticky anymore. Oh, maybe it is a little bit. Oh, this is gonna take me an hour. I'm already tired. I don't know how people back in the old days did this every day when they made bread. Whew. Because this is a lot of work. Maybe my husband will feel bad for me if he watches this video and buy me a mixer. I don't think he watches my videos anymore. He did it first whenever I didn't have a lot of subscribers to help me out. But I don't think he watches anymore. Oh yeah, we need more flour. Well, it said you could use up to 8 cups, so she wasn't lying. I just hope these taste good or else I'm gonna have to throw them away. No, I will make them into garlic bread or something before I do that. I think it's finally to the point where it is not sticky anymore, which is good. All right. Voila, a 10-pound dough ball. Get my new dumpster stainless steel bowl. A little bit of olive oil from the dumpster. All right, dampen a towel. I'm actually gonna use a different one. Throw this in my microwave until it is doubled in size, which who knows how long that's going to take because that thing's huge. So I don't know, but I do know I'm going to now get all of the dough out from underneath my fingernails, which could also probably take about an hour. And I'll bring you guys back whenever we're ready for the next steps and to hopefully make some Texas Roadhouse rolls. We'll see how it turns out. So while we wait 18 days and 37 hours for our 7-pound dough ball to double in size, we are going to make the cinnamon honey butter. So I grabbed my honey out and I realized I think that's bad. No, it's like hard. So that's garbage. So the only other honey I have is like imitation honey blend. It's corn syrup, invert sugar syrup, and honey. I don't know, it'll work. We are going to use a stick of butter, softened, powdered sugar, honey, and cinnamon. I can't get this off. It's my own honey, I can use my dang teeth. I'm gonna get a bowl, another stainless steel dumpster bowl. Actually, it wasn't in the dumpster. It was in some rich people's trash, but, you know. I did see that all the reviews said to use less honey and less powdered sugar, so we are going to use less. So we are still going to use a 1/4 cup measuring spoon. That's better. All right, so you're going to dump 1 whole stick of unsalted butter in your bowl. Then we need cinnamon. Where's my cinnamon? I know I have an open one. Maybe I used it all. I have been Betty Crockering it up lately. Nope, I just found it. There it is. So you got your 1 stick of unsalted butter. We're going to use a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, but we're actually going to use less than what it says. So I'm going to use just a little less than a 1/4 cup. It's almost a 1/4 cup. And then you need about the same amount of honey. It says a 1/4 cup. I'm going to use a little less. Oh my God, this is going to take me a year. We're just going to dump it right in. We're going to take the lid off. Oh goodness, I'm so sticky. Oh my goodness, this is hard. Okay. We'll do one more big old squeeze. There we go. All right, now that my honey bear is completely jacked up looking, then we are going to, let's put our 10-pound dough ball back in the microwave. Get all of our honey in. don't even have you guys facing me. Oh my goodness. There we go. Face the camera this way, Shannon. So we got honey, powdered sugar, and a whole stick of butter. Now we need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And that is your cinnamon honey butter. Ooh, that smells good. So I'm gonna take my good old hand mixer here because I am not stirring anything else by hand tonight. I think I pulled every muscle in my arm earlier. And we are going to mix up our butter, honey, and powdered sugar mixture. Let's hope it doesn't go flying everywhere. Oh my God, Shannon, plug it in. Oh my God, my phone. Oh, this is a disaster. This is how not to make Texas Roadhouse rolls in your kitchen. All right, let's taste it. Wow, that tastes just like Texas Roadhouse butter. I'm so excited! Something I did turned out right. I am gonna add a touch more honey and a touch more powdered sugar though. You know what, we'll just do this. That much more honey. I didn't think it was gonna turn out since this is like processed and not true honey, but shockingly it did. And we'll do a tablespoon more of powdered sugar, like a heaping one. Okay. That is amazing. You have got to make that. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I really hope these rolls turn out now because this is so good. Oh, look at this awesomeness. Does that not look amazing? I could eat that whole bowl. Oh my God, on toast in the morning. Oh, that stuff's gonna be gone. Girls, you want to taste the cinnamon butter? Oh my God, it's so good. Tell me what you think. Isn't that good on a roll? Mm-hmm.
No more.
The girls want more. They want to lick the beaters. I guess it is good. If the kids like it, that must mean it's good. Because they are very honest. They will tell you when it sucks. Alright, so I'm going to get my butter and put it in a Tupperware bowl. Yeah, you guys definitely need to make this honey butter. I'm telling you right now. I don't know if I would put this in my fridge though because it'll just get hard as a rock. So I would just leave it out. I mean, I guess you could, and then you could just microwave it to soften it. And that right there is awesomeness and about 10 pounds on my thighs. But well worth it. Let's check on our dough and see if it's doubled in size yet. So it's been about a half an hour, and I'm going to check on my dough ball. Oh yeah, doubled in size. All right, so now I'm going to roll this out until it's about a ½ inch thick. And then you shape it into like a rectangle, which we all know how that turns out when I try that. But I'm going to try my best. And then you actually cut them in squares. So we're going to try that with a pizza cutter. So I'm going to flour my surface, everything out of my way, punch down our dough. Oh yeah. And we're going to roll this sucker out as soon as I find my rolling pin.
Oh, and I need glass because I need to expand. So I need to put in the car. So wait, still video.
All right. About as good as it's getting, which I think this turned out pretty good. Much better than my last one, that's for sure. Now we are going to cut these into little squares with a pizza cutter. Place them on 2 different baking sheets because you're going to get about 30 to 35 rolls, so it says. And then we're going to let these rise again for probably about 15 to 20 minutes, just until they're doubled in size. And while they're doubling, we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Once they're done, we'll pop them in the oven 15 to 20 minutes, just until the tops start to brown. You do not want them to get too overly brown. That's what she says on the recipe. So let's get our pizza cutter. So we're going to get our baking sheets. So we're going to spray these baking sheets and get our oven preheated. we're just gonna set our rolls. Of course, some of them aren't gonna be the prettiest because they're not square, but whatever. I think I might have made them a little too thick too. That's probably an inch thick, not a half an inch, but that's all right. I should probably cut them in half again. So I'm just cutting these with a pizza cutter and laying them flat. These are definitely going to be huge, but that's okay. As long as they taste good, I don't care what they look like. I have 30 rolls. 31, actually. Which is exactly what she said. She said you would have anywhere from 30 to 35. So I guess I did okay. We'll find out whenever we taste them. So I'm just going to set these on the top of my stove with 2 clean dish towels over top. They don't have to be damp this time. And then the oven's preheating to 350, and then we'll bake these for 15 to 20 minutes. It's been about 20 minutes, and our rolls have risen. They're not doubled in size, but they rose enough because they're super thick already. So I'm gonna do one tray at a time because I don't want to put one on a bottom rack and it not cook as good as the other one. So I'll just keep the other one covered. I'm gonna do one tray at a time, 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna set the timer for 15 and check them. Cover these ones back up and finish letting those rise. So my rolls have been in for 15 minutes. They actually browned perfectly on the underside, but on the top they didn't brown at all. So what I did is I flipped them over and I'm leaving them in for like 2 more minutes. And I'm melting 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter to brush on the top. And then we're gonna put the second ones in, but they smell amazing. So I'm hoping they taste good. I'm sure you shouldn't flip them over, but I flipped them over because look at how perfect those look, that side. So I wanted the other side to brown a little bit too. So we're gonna put those in. All right, so we're gonna take our butter. I'm gonna flip all these over and we're gonna butter these up. Oh my goodness, these smell amazing. Can I just tell you that? Yeah, I'm glad I flipped them over because they were not cooked on that side at all. I mean, they were cooked, they just weren't brown. And I wanted them to have that brown. Okay. I'm not even letting these cool off. I am trying one right now. Get our cinnamon honey butter. Oh my goodness, these were cooked perfectly. Look at that. Let's turn this light off. You see that? So nice. Oh my God, these taste just like their rolls. I did it! I did it! I did it! You guys have got to make these. So worth the labor. So worth that labor. I would do it again in a heartbeat. All I can say is thank goodness that I made 2 trays because I am going to probably eat a whole tray myself. Just saying. And they even break apart perfectly. Oh my goodness. Okay, they're very hot, girls, okay? Look at that. Oh my goodness. It's so perfect. I know one thing, I'm going to need to make more of this butter because it will not go far. We will probably eat all of this cinnamon honey butter tonight. Guys, I'm serious. Please make these. Do yourself a favor and make those. But that is it. Sorry for chewing in your face. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I'm so excited these turned out because I've destroyed my kitchen. I'm pretty sure I pulled a muscle in my arm rolling out all that dough. I almost broke my bread maker, but it was so worth it. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate all of you, and I will talk to you all in those comments down below. And as always, happy diving, happy cooking, happy baking, and thanks for joining me in this Dumpster Diver's kitchen. Bye, guys.